Hi everyone, it's Amanda. This is my channel, Amanda Random, and this is going to be a quick flip through of my Masse journal, and I want to show you guys some of the things that I did. So I'm showing you right here that I just cut up the folder that I found from Dollar Tree, the one right there that says Think Happy. And all I did was glue it over the top and wrap the inside of the folder around the inside just to have a little tuck spot. And I also used the back of the folder for the back of my book. If you guys want more information about this specific project, you can check out my playlist for it. I have some other videos that show you how I put the two magazines together to create one bigger book for me to work in. So I'm just going to kind of do a quick flip through of this. I'm going to speed it up a little, possibly just put some music in because there's really not too much to talk about. Like I said, if you want more info, you can check out the prior videos that I made. So I'm going to start with my A page right here and probably just add some music. And then I will pop back on at the end of this and show you some of my magazine cutouts and how I harvest different images for this specific project. Alright, thanks guys. Alright guys, so that was my quick flip through of the pages that I do have either done or somewhat started. As you can see, this is going to be a long going project, but I'm okay with that because that's what makes it so fun. And you don't need to add the washi tape on the sides of the pages at all. It's a personal preference. That's just what I chose to do because I love the way it looks. So I did have previous footage of me using my scissors and my handy dandy Avery glue stick and showing you how I cut out a bunch of images from just random magazines that I get either from friends or just delivered to the house or different things like that. But of course a lot of it got mixed up. Somehow it got all mixed in with different footage and I ended up deleting it. So now I'm going to just flip through a couple of the images that I found. And of course I had to cut out my crossword puzzle out of the back of one of the books because, well, I love crossword puzzles. So I put that aside so that I wouldn't forget it and so that I wouldn't lose it. Alright guys, so right here, if you can see, I already have some different images kind of cut out. I was able to save some of this footage. So here I just found a magazine and I'm just flipping through it looking for different things that catch my eyes. This one was a greeting card from Illinois and it was like a little postcard looking thing and I was like, okay, well, I could use that. I could cut that up. And I also, when I'm going through these magazines, I also save images for my junk journal and things like that. I liked that positive signs one that was across the top of that last page. I don't know why I did not end up cutting that out. I have no idea. But when I find something I want to either flip through and just rip it out or just cut it out, or, you know, I just go through the magazine however you feel that works best for you. I ended up finding this little brown Hershey's guy because I do have, if you guys remember, a brown page in my Masse book, so I picked that out. So I just look for different quotes. I look for different colors. I keep in mind I keep in the back of my mind all of the different like pages that I have, all of the different topics that I have. And oh, see, I did go back and grab that positive signs, or I knew that I used that. I was like, I swear I thought I grabbed that. And I liked this guy. I just liked the drawing of how he looked. And I thought I could cut him out. So if I don't use him in my junk journal, I could use him possibly on like the white page inside my Masse book. So I put him over to the side. And then that's pretty much what I do. I just go through the magazines. And you guys, I have so many magazines. So I feel like, you know what, at least you're recycling. And what you don't use of the magazine, you can still recycle it too. So, you know, whatever catches your eye. I loved those colors right there on that page, so I cut that out. And that's just kind of what I do. I just keep a pile, and I'm like, okay, so I know I want to use this in one of my junk journals. I know I want to use this image in my Masse book. I know that I want to use, you know, these words or these quotes in different art journals. So I just cut out quotes or words or things like that that I really find interesting, and I try to keep them all together, either in a folder or something like that. So I keep the quotes with the quotes, or, you know, just separate them by projects, or I just put them all into one big envelope or one big folder that I can flip through when I do need some more images. So I really liked that red new leaf, but I didn't know with the big pot symbol sign in it if that would go over real well, so I did skip that, but I did really like that deep dark red color that you guys seen me just flip through. So that's basically it, you guys, when I just grab all of my random magazines, throw them all together, and say, well, there you go. Find what interests you, find what you think you could use, find, you know, like, I find a lot of images. This book right here, I can't remember, this is like a computer tech type site, I think it was called, book. So there was not a lot of things in this exact magazine that really kind of caught my eye, but there were some things like the globe right there, so I cut that out and put that aside as well. But, you know, different magazines, especially like the Bird and, or is it Blossoms and Birds or Birds and Blossoms magazine? That's an awesome one to have to flip through, especially like since I made, you know, one of my pages all about birds or flowers or things like that, or nature. Those are great to get images out of as well. Even different, you know, I have so many, you guys, I can't even think off the top of my head what magazines I all use, but I mean, there's like Vogue and Teen Vogue and Cosmo or the Cosmopolitan, and what else is there? I don't know. I have so many. There you go. There's a diabetes self-management book. You can harvest a lot of food images and things like that. And there's me giving the thumbs up to the Dexcom because that is what I use as a type 1 diabetic girl myself. And I don't think I could live without it. So a little ad lib as far as my diabetes goes. I did find that for blue, and I loved the blue ice cubes, and they just looked so cute, so I cut those out to use, and I just kind of flipped through. I don't really even know what to talk about with you guys right now as far as this part goes. If you had a shoe page, you could cut out all of the shoes, and I liked that image of that lady resting, which, like I said, I don't remember now if I used some of these in my junk journal or if I put them all aside for my Masse book. I really wasn't quite sure, but she looks so peaceful and relaxed, so I set that one aside. And, you know, I don't know, a lot of people ask me all the time, where do you get your magazines from? You can go to libraries. You can ask the librarians if they have any old magazines they'd like to give away. They love it when I come to my library and say, hey, you guys, I'm here for, you know, some magazines. If you have any that you know, don't want to throw away and that you want to let me play with. So they love it when I come and get it. Here's me thumbing down a diabetic neuropathy because I have that in my feet so horribly bad. But I did save this image right here because I just kind of liked the image of the guy. But anyway, like I said, a lot of my friends also give me their magazines when they're done looking at them. My aunts give me their magazines. That's where I get a lot of the bird magazines and flower magazines from. My daughter had like a subscription to like an American Girl magazine. And I also love going to half-priced books. They always have amazing deals on like packets. Like you can get like 10 magazines for like $6 sometimes. I even got like stacks of National Geographic magazines from there before, and those are obviously a little more expensive, but nothing compared to like the regular list price because they're older and you're just going to cut them up and use them for images anyway. So there's so many different places. Look at how cute those popsicles look. Ah! Adorable. And like I said, you know, when I work on one project, even though I was like trying to find things for my Masse project, I also was like, oh, I like this, I'm keeping it for my junk journal. Oh, I like this, I'll possibly use this image in an art page or in, you know, one of my art journals or diaries or things like that. So like I said, though, I sound like I'm rambling, or I do sound like I'm a rambling because I am, but there's just so many different places you can get magazines from, and I guess I'm pretty lucky because, like I said, there's everybody and their brother knows that I do this stuff, so I usually have way more than I can afford to even store. So one of my new projects coming up is just going to be seriously to sit and harvest a bunch of images from magazines and separate them out because I have so many stacks and stacks and stacks of magazines that it's unreal. So here's your Wisconsin girl cutting herself some cheese. I could probably use this for the yellow page in my book, or I could also cut the circle out for my circles page. So I kind of feel like that's enough. You guys kind of get the point. I don't know what else there really is to ramble on about. So I'm going to stop this here and add some music, and then I will pop on again towards the end and kind of show you some of the images that I had already gotten. Alright guys, so let's try this again. Here's a bunch of my images, some of them that you did not see me cut out, or even during the fast forward part see me cut out because I, like I said, lost a bunch of this footage that I had prior. So I'm just going to hold some of these up and let you guys kind of see some of the things that I was going for, and I'll play some music while I hold them up because there's really not too much that I can explain because look, cute kids, cute dogs, rainbows, you get the drill. Just keep watching and I'll add some music.
If I die